Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. As promised, I am kicking off my series on simplicity. I do have a list of 6 topics that I want to address in different videos once a week over the next several weeks. However, I'm also open to suggestions. If there's anything that you would like me to address that you'd like to simplify in your life and just aren't sure where to start, I'd love to see if I can help. I might even be able to add it to topics that I'm already going to be discussing, or I can just add a whole nother video. I'll be addressing things like finances, housework, home maintenance, your digital and virtual life, food, simplifying your habits, and I might even touch on matters of the heart. We have a family meeting around the dinner table at the beginning of each new year. We even had our oldest 2 who are out of the house join us virtually to add in their goals for this year. What we do is we talk about our goals from last year and we assess how we did. We set individual goals, goals as a family, and we even create an adventure bucket list for the new year. This is really about creating new habits and trying to make ourselves better each new year. This year, we added another layer to that, and we each named a habit that we would like to leave behind in the new year. That was probably my favorite part of the meeting this year. I was really surprised with the excellent, constructive introspection that my children showed when deciding on what habit they would like to leave behind this year. We didn't make any suggestions for any of our kids. They actually came up with their own, and I was really impressed. Sometimes it's hard to look inside and pinpoint exactly what we need to stop doing. We also encouraged our kids to make sure they got specific with their goals. One of our oldest sons said he wants to read more. So I suggested that he start by making a list of 2 or 3 books that he would like to read this semester. Making goals that are too broad end up feeling unattainable or too vague. That same son also had a goal of writing more music this year. So I suggested, instead of just saying, I want to write more music this year, give himself a designated amount of time each week to sit down and completely pour his focus and attention and creativity into writing music. Maybe you want to exercise more. Don't we all? But instead of just saying, I want to exercise more, set a specific goal. I would like to walk or run 3 times a week. Or I'd like to go to the gym after work 2 or 3 times a week. Or maybe 5 times a week. But I've definitely found that setting goals that are way too overzealous end up being dropped pretty quickly. You could set simple goals. These goals are really just more about developing new habits. Things like eating around the dinner table together most nights of the week, going to bed with a clean kitchen each night, making your bed in the mornings, or checking in on your budget at the end of every week. Small changes done consistently over time yield huge life-changing results. Think about your life and how your day-to-day routine is really just a massive series of small habits that you've developed over time. There are so many habits in my life that I am grateful for, and lots of habits that I would like to develop in the coming years. Some of the things that I've developed over the years that have been super helpful to me are to constantly be in search of things that need to leave my house. I really like to purge items that just don't belong, aren't serving us any good purpose anymore, and can be better used by someone else, whether it's clothing, kitchen items, outdoor toys, anything. Another thing along that lines is mending clothes that are still great, but maybe have a little rip, the seam has come undone. Right here next to me in this chair, I have a little white table, and inside there are scissors, a little miniature sewing kit, as well as a large spool of thread with a couple of needles inside. I've gotten into a pretty good habit, especially with lots of children, where my kids know if they have clothing that has a hole, maybe a sweater that has a pull, or the hem has come undone. Just the other day, my daughter had a little ruffle at the bottom of her dress that kept coming loose in certain places all the way around her dress. I think I've had to mend that dress 3 separate times now. That's what I get for ordering cheap dresses from Amazon. But I have some red thread right in this little table, and I'll simply watch a YouTube video or listen to an audiobook while I take 5 to 10 minutes to mend that little dress over and over, and she should be able to wear it until she grows out of it. Another thing that helps me, no matter what the habit is either setting a timer to give myself a start and end to a particular task, or using my alarm on my phone. I will be the first to admit that if I don't have it in multiple places, as far as my calendar, my planner, on the schedule in my phone, and I set an alarm on my phone to remind me of something, I am very likely to forget it. I just have a lot on my plate, a lot in my mind. I am sure you do too. We all live pretty busy and full lives. So we have to figure out the tools that best serve us so that we can be efficient with our time. Call me crazy, but I have even gotten to the point where I check the weather at the beginning of each week and I mark the highs and lows and whether or not we're expecting rain in a little spot in my planner. Because if I have errands to run or outdoor tasks to do, I want to make sure I pick the right day to do those. I hope you'll follow along on this series on simplicity. Don't forget to comment below if you have any suggestions or there are any topics that you would really like for me to address. I'd also love to hear if there are any specific goals that you have made for the new year. Sometimes it just feels good to share it with others. One really simple habit that we would like to leave behind in 2023 as a family is eating after dinner. It's really not good for us to be going to bed with food on our stomach. I think all of us who have committed to leaving that habit behind will definitely benefit. We are also 2 weeks into our pantry and freezer challenge for 2023. I hope you're following along with that as well and even participating. I have high hopes for this channel in the coming year. Thank you for your love and support, all of your encouragement and interaction. It really makes all of this worth it. I appreciate you guys so much. To all of you who gave to my employees' GoFundMe for her skin cancer removal surgery, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Within about 48 hours, her surgery was fully funded, and she is just blown away by the generosity and kindness of total strangers. She's never experienced anything like it before, and I just want to thank you so much. I just knew sharing her need on this channel would bring exactly what she needed. Please do keep Holly in your thoughts and prayers next week. She has surgery to remove the skin cancer from her face on Wednesday and then reconstructive surgery with the plastic surgeon on Thursday. She's married and has 3 young children, and this is the time in life when it's so important to have community around you to give their support, help with the children, bring meals so you can rest, and I assure you we will take great care of her. Thanks for watching.